Hello, 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 hello. Wherever you happen to be on this geometrically shaped planet we call Earth, I hope you're having a blissful day, even night, wherever you happen to be. Welcome to my 3D channel. As you see, a package that I'm using is Blender. But of course, as I always like to say, if you are using one of the other sister packages, please stay if you're curious about Blender. Alright, my topic for the day is understanding what in the world is a material and texture when it comes to shading. So let's jump right in. Let me go over some more definitions first that I did my research on. Materials, and texture. And I'm gonna give a straightforward definition. I read the official definition. Like from those when on websites, but I'm just gonna give it a simple definition that sums it all up. A material and a texture are basically patterns. Patterns It's a patterns that usually repeat. It don't have to be the exact same configuration all the time, but it's a pattern that repeats. It don't have to be, like I said, long as it's a pattern, and it can repeat in different configurations. It don't always have to be the same old look. All right, so we got out the way. Now let me erase this stuff. Let me get right into my little examples that I'm gonna go over with for patterns and textures. I can leave the top part right there. All right, so let's begin. Here is an example. Oh, and material and texture is interchangeable. It's interchangeable. For my first one, I'm gonna go over. I typed in the word material, and this what I got from my search engine. Here's an example of a material. You see, number one, it's a pattern. Number two, it repeats. But we see the pattern doesn't have no basic shape. We see it's a sorted, like I'm going with my little mouse through the different configurations. It's not in no nice, convenient shape, like horizontal or vertical. This one is a pattern, and it repeats, but it's in different spots. Okay, let me slide this over some. Okay, so we got out the way. So that's the first one I got is the material. Oops, so the material. All right, so let me write up here the word material. So this represents, when I typed it into my search engine, material. That's what it gave me. All right, my next one, when I typed into the search engine, I typed in the word texture, and this is what I got, my texture. Let me delete this. So this represents, when I typed it in, a texture. Now we see with this texture, it has a configuration that that we recognize.
Don't call it a last-minute gift you ordered from the drugstore. Call it a holiday bonus.
It's a pattern. It's a pattern of wood. And I should say it's the same material too. I should say it's three definitions. It's a pattern. It repeats. Let me see. Number one, it's a pattern. Number two, it repeats. And number three, I better say Same substance. Same substance. So that's it. Yeah, so that's a quick definition, really my definition for a pattern. Because we see right here, an example that I showed for texture is repeating. It got that W shape. Here's the repeating. That shape like this, zip. Then it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, goes down and up. So it's repeating, it's doing that. Number 3, we see it's a pattern. It's a pattern of wood. It looks like it's a wood texture. So that's number 2. So I can give the definition over here. Number 1, pattern. It got that weird W shape. Number 2, it's repeating over and over. It's repeating. That W shape keeps repeating. Zip, 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 zip over and over. And number 3, it's the same substance. It looks like it's wood. Alright, so that's it right there. So now I want to go into the shader to give you an example of this. Let me switch to my shader and let me see if this stuff disappears if I go to my shader. Click my hand. I'm in my shader. Good, it's gone. Alright, so we see right there. I only been with shaders for 1 year, but my knowledge is growing. I'm far more knowledgeable than I was a year ago. Now, I'm going to get to this. See? Usually when we get to this, I have an image down here. You see my little image? It's my Spider-Man. It represents the icon of our classic hero, Spider-Man. So that's what it is. Now, by our definitions, a pattern is the same shape, the spider. It's a pattern. I'm going to see the look over and like I keep repeating. Now, I'm going to make a quick sketch of what I think it should be. Something like this. I'm just going to make a quick sketch. Let me hit my T key. Now, I'm just going to make a quick sketch of the spider. Zap. I should see the spider keep repeating over and over. I should. My spider should repeat over and over and over and over. I'm going to come over here. My spider should repeat over and over. So I'm just making my prediction. This is my prediction. What should happen for it to be a pattern? Here's my last little spider right here. Zap. 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 Here's my example. Because like to understand these, the output of these nodes, you should have an idea what it should look like. I'm understanding that too. Alright, so I'm saying it should be a pattern. And I'm going to prove it that it's a pattern. I'm going to prove it. And like I said, every time we went to our educational site, whatever you want to call it, to study Blender nodes, Maya nodes, Cinema 4D nodes, whatever, whenever we see an example, they only show one thing. Like I just showed the spider and that's it. The person don't define what in the world does this spider represent. What in the world through that basic shader shape, like when they use y equal x, what does that mean? I'm going to show you right now that it is a definition of a pattern. What I'm trying to say, everything that you make in the shader is a pattern. I just have one spider. But realistically, it's an infinite number of spiders. Like this white space I see is just like a window. Yeah, think of that. It's just a window, and I only see one little piece of that universe. I just see that one spider, but realistically, it's a bunch of them. I'm going to show you right now. I'm coming down to my favorite node, the mapping node, which helps me move things around. I'm just going to move it to the X and see what happens. You see that? It repeating over and over. It's a pattern. But all we usually see when somebody makes something is one shape. When you make that one shape in your shader nodes, that shape is repeating over and over. Let me go on my Y. You see that? It's repeating over and over. Over and over. I'm just looking into my little mirror. Everything that you make in the shader nodes, I don't care what program you use, is a repeating pattern. Now, to some of the video, and even if I rotate it on the Z, because that's the plane, I'm going to rotate it on the Z. You see more of showing them up. More. There you go. Look at that pattern. There's that pattern. I'm going to get it back to what I had it before. There we go. Now, here's the big proof right here. I'm going to scale it on X. See? Look at that. 2, 3. I'm going to scale it on Y now. See, there we go. There we go. I'm going to stop right there, and I'm done with my video. So we see people. I never knew that until today. I knew about the pattern thing several weeks ago, but I just now made a video of it today. Remember this, people. Whenever you make a substance in your shader, it's really repeating endlessly. Over and over, it's repeating. Let me just make my pipe a little bit smaller now. You see that? Over. I just moved it. I'm going to scale X. Over and over, it's repeating. Look at that. Scale it on the Y. It's repeating over and over. So that's it, my good people. And that's how we can make our little tiles. To make our tiles to the floor. I don't need to use modulo. I don't need to use ping pong. I don't need to use fractions. I can use it if I want to. But all I got to go to this mapping node. Make one good tile, with the edges on it. The grayscale edges on it. And a white or whatever color center. Make it look puffy. Then I could keep making that thing tile over and over. And throw another texture on top of it to give it some little pizzazz. But remember this, people, before I go. The texture, that one texture that you see of the heart. You know what I'm talking about. If you study these textures, you see the texture of the heart. The rectangle. They don't show you that thing is repeating like endlessly. That little white area that I have right here is just a window into that texture. It's like a little peephole into that universe of textures. It's really endless number of spiders. I'm going to do it too. It's really like an endless number. See that? Endless. It's an endless number of these spiders. An endless number. It's countless. Look at that. Billions of them. Well, until my computer ran out of its memory, but you get the point. It goes on and on and on forever. Thank you for stopping by, my good people. To the new people, I said you keep moving forward. You see, people, I'm moving forward. But in year 2 of textures, I may be a texture guru. A guru. I may know everything I need to know about the math nodes and be able to create any procedural texture that I want. Then after I get good at the textures, I move to geometry nodes. But the truth is, textures help you make the PBR, photo realistic renderings. PBR, P, photorealistic, blend. I forgot what the P and R mean, but you know what I'm talking about. Photorealistic. So after I master these shader nodes, I'm gonna move to geometry nodes where I can make almost any shape I want to. For the new people, like I like to say, you keep moving, you don't stop, you keep learning, you keep thinking. Don't stop, don't get discouraged, because the person who you consider a guru now or an expert now was once in your shoes, a beginner. To the next time, Blender family, 3D family, Peace.